This video will explain a couple major points of logic, the core stuff like what it is, the type of logical arguments, and blah blah blah. You'll get along as I go along. And so reasoning is how we think through things to come to conclusions. Like if we know all cats are mammals and we see a cat, we can reason that it's probably a mammal. But here's the thing, reasoning isn't always perfect. Sometimes we jump to conclusions too quickly. Like if I say all dogs bark and you hear a bark, you might reason it's a dog. But hey, could also be a really talented cat or dog robot. Yeah, that's a hasty generalization. But not all dogs bark. I mean, there are quiet dogs. Are we ignoring that possibility? Could be a robot dog or a dog that doesn't follow the rules of barking. Yeah, but that's just a false analogy. Dogs bark, cats don't. You're comparing two things that are completely different. Well, I mean, maybe cats could bark. Who's to say? Just because it's not common doesn't mean it can't happen. Or, now hear me out, what if it's a barking tree? Like a really weird tree. Maybe the trees are evolving and we're missing the signs. No, that's just nonsense. You're trying to turn this into some unrelated example. It's like saying a chair could fly because it's made of wood. Wait, what if the tree is just a sound machine? Like an artificial sound machine that makes bark sounds from the sound machine? Could happen. Okay. Why the actual flip-flopping fisher flippy flip-flopping flippers are you guys talking about fallacies? We haven't even covered that yet. No. Hey. Oh, shut up. Let me teach my class. Oh my god, I'm teaching people who skip the intelligence part of evolution. Alright, moving on. Let's talk about propositions and arguments. A proposition is just a statement that can either be true or false, like the sky is blue. Or it's a simple statement that you can check and see if it's true or false. An argument, on the other hand, is something we use propositions to support a conclusion. For example, the sky is blue and it's daytime, so we can conclude it's bright outside. But remember, an argument only works if the premise, those supporting statements, are true. If one of them is false, the argument doesn't hold up. Yeah, but what if the sky is not blue? What if it's cloudy or something? Does that still count? Or what if it's nighttime? The sky is definitely not blue at night. Does that just mean the entire argument is wrong? Yeah, you're both ignoring the part where it says daytime. Nighttime doesn't count. We're not arguing about nighttime, we're talking about the daytime. Duh. But still, the whole thing is kind of flawed. Just saying the sky is blue doesn't mean it's bright. Maybe the sky is just blue and really dull. Yeah, like maybe it's a fake blue sky. Like it looks blue, but it's just a really super depressing shade of gray. But the argument still holds, right? You're just trying to create doubt for no reason. If we can prove one of the premises false, yeah, we have a problem. But if they're true, then the conclusions work. But you're assuming that the premise is that the sky is blue and is always blue. What if we're in a simulation and the sky is just like a projection? Ever think about that? Yeah, or what if the sky decided to be blue that day? Maybe the sky is conscious and it's just messing with us. Oh my god, will you three please be quiet? Unless one of y'all three would like to come teach my class. Me. Okay. Alright, so fallacy is just really a mistake in reasoning. It's like when an argument seems convincing, but it doesn't really hold up logically. There are like different kinds too, like an ad hominem where you attack the person instead of the argument. So it could just be something like calling someone stupid because they disagree with you, or you could literally straight up just insult their race, sexuality, personality, family, and their family cow. Another one is like the straw man, where you make someone's argument sound worse than it is to easily knock it down. Basically, fallacies just make your argument weaker, and you kind of want to avoid them. Wait, but like, if you attack the person, does that mean you're just really passionate about your point? Yeah, I mean, people attack each other all the time. What's the problem with that? Isn't it just part of the debate? It's a fallacy because it doesn't actually address the argument, where you're just going after the person. But that's like saying the person is part of the argument. It's like a personal connection to the topic. Yeah, I don't know. What if the argument itself is just a distraction? Maybe the person is more important than the whole point they were making. That's like an inverse fallacy or something. That's not even a thing. You're just making stuff up now. But like, what if it's a thing? Ever think about that? Maybe the real fallacy is trying to figure out what a fallacy is in the first place. What if we're just all in a fallacy loop? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? What the heck? Why? That wasn't supposed to work. Why did you even try to do that? You were supposed to shrink back in public embarrassment. Whatever. By the way, that was just a generalization. Just shut up, will you? Okay, let's wrap this up with biases. Biases are basically personal judgments or opinions that mess with our reasoning. It's like when we let our own feelings or experiences cloud our judgment. For example, confirmation bias is when you look for information that supports what you already believe. It's like if you think pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, you'll ignore all the evidence that prove otherwise, like the fact that pineapple pizza is delicious. Or take the anchoring bias, where you let the first piece of information you hear influence your whole opinion. Like if I told you I have a pizza place that sells you pizza for $100, but then you find one for $20, you'd probably think it's a good deal. But it's just a pizza. Pizza's pizza, guys.
Well, actually, the pineapple on pizza thing is a fallacy within of itself. Because it's a crime against humanity, and I will not be hearing anyone out on that. Just like cheeseless pizza.
But that's just logic. Shouldn't we always think about how much a pizza's worth? Yeah, I mean, if you can't jump to conclusions about pizza pricing, how can we trust any of the things we've talked about in this class? What if pizza prices are actually just part of a greater conspiracy to try to control our minds? I mean, government's done it before. I mean, think about it. No, that's not, guys. Now, can we please focus? The point is biases ruin our reasonings. But what if bias is just a part of human nature? Can't get rid of that, can you? Right, and if we are biased, shouldn't we just embrace that instead of trying to act like we're all logical robots? Maybe we should embrace the bias. Who's to say bias isn't the new logic? Like, it's 2025, anything can count as logic at this point. Maybe we're just ahead of the curve. No! This isn't how logic works. Biases mess with your reasoning. You're all ignoring everything I just said. You can't you can't. Nah, you're just mad because we're thinking critically. Exactly, we're just challenging your logic with our own logic. Yeah, we're like anti-logic, a rebellion of reason, pretty much. Okay, just stop. This is supposed to be a learning video. A controlled environment. Please, we